tripped me, fingered me, had my head dragging against the ground with me almost fully naked. Having too much to drink was an amateur mistake that I admit to, but it is not criminal. Regretting drinking is not the same as regretting sexual assault. We were both drunk. The difference is I did not take off your pants and underwear, touch you inappropriately, and then run away. You said, I stupidly thought it was okay for me to do what everyone around me was doing, which was drinking. I was wrong. Again, you were not wrong for drinking. Everyone around you was not sexually assaulting me. Sipping Fireball was not your crime. Peeling off and disregarding my underwear like a candy wrapper for you to insert your finger into my body is where you went wrong. You said you are in the process of establishing a program for high school and college students in which you speak about your experience to speak out against the college campus drinking culture and the sexual promiscuity that goes along with that. Campus drinking culture. That's what we're speaking out against? You think that's what I've spent the past year of my life fighting for? Down with Jack Daniels, down with Sky Vodka. Show men how to respect women, not how to drink less. Campus sexual assault. There's your first PowerPoint slide. And rest assured, if you fail to fix the topic of your talk, I will follow you to every school you go to and give a follow-up presentation. Lastly, you said, I want to show how one night of drinking can ruin a life. A life. One life. Yours. You forgot about mine. You are the cause. I am the effect. Your damage was concrete. Stripped of titles, degrees, enrollment. My damage is internal, unseen. I carry it with me. You took away my worth, my time, my confidence, my safety, my own voice until today.
When I see my younger sister hurting, when she is crying on the phone so hard she is barely breathing, telling me over and over again, sorry, 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 when she feels more guilt than you, then I do not forgive you.
I want to say thank you to everyone from the intern who made me oatmeal when I woke up that morning, to the deputy who stood beside me, to the nurses who calmed me, to the detective who listened to me and never judged me, to my advocates who stood unwaveringly beside me, to my unconquerable sister who is the other half of my heart, and finally, to the two men I have yet to meet. I sleep with 2 bicycles taped above my bed to remind myself that there are heroes in this story, that we are looking out for one another. And finally, to girls everywhere, I am with you. On nights when you feel alone, I am with you. When people doubt or dismiss you, I am with you. Never stop fighting. I fought every day for you. So, I believe you.
Sometimes there are things about people that we don't understand that need an elaborated explanation that seem to make no sense, that make you question the conclusion that you come to. The thing that perplexes people, that makes them really reevaluate what they know about me, that blows their mind beyond belief, is my friends. friend choices to people. Who are my friends? Why are they my friends? What kind of friends are they? I once read somewhere that there are 3 types of friends. Friends for a reason, friends for a season, and friends for a lifetime. Sure, I have friends for a reason. I have that one friend who when my mom says, "Oh, how do you two know each other?" We can both amicably agree that we met on a camping trip. We don't have to make mention that by camping we actually meet in a jail cell after a concert where we both got caught with weed. Sure, I have friends for a reason. There's that one friend that I'm nice to because she could blackmail me into oblivion. She could fold out a fucking flip chart of fuck-ups and failures, complete with the PowerPoint, pictures, printouts. And that one threesome we were both present for. Sure, I have friends for a season. Hey, want to do something tonight? Can't, I'm in Colorado. Oh, cool, what about next weekend? It's Coachella. Oh, how about for my birthday? Oh, I'll be in Amsterdam. How are you a world traveler when you don't even work? How? Do you pay for plane tickets with Mardi Gras beads? What is your secret? Sure, I have friends for a season. There's that one college friend whose willingness to take her top off made her MVP of Spring Break Miami. She was always the leader of ladies' night, pressuring me to go to dollar picture night at the local pub. Now, the only time that she exposes herself is when she's breastfeeding her adorable babies. But I know you still have that sash from where you won Miss Whistle Stop Bar 2010. Never forget. And I'm happy to report that I do have a few lifetime friends. There's that no filter friend who embarrasses me in every situation, who's brutally honest, who just doesn't know when to shut up. Her voice is funnier than the jokes she tells. She could talk me into a felony in 4 seconds. I have my best bud. I knew we would last when I said, "I have a headache," and he said, "Oh, do you want a cough drop?" I don't know what was worse, his willingness to offer an irrelevant solution or my willingness to take it. As our friendship grew, so did his treatment of symptoms that I did not have. "Oh, I'm kind of cold." "Well, do you want some Molly?" I mean, sure. I think we can filter the friend theory down to 2 types of friends. Friends who will help you confront the truth and friends who will help you conceal it. Like my emergency exit friend. She's the one I can count on when I say, "Call me," and pretend to cry, "I need to get out of here." It is her house that I will go to in the middle of the night in a crisis, even though I am allergic to her cat. Likewise, I will let everybody believe we were at the beach that weekend. She showed up on my stoop, a shadow of herself, saying, "I'm pregnant. I need a ride." And when someone asks why we're friends, maybe they don't understand, maybe it makes no sense to them, maybe it's so intrinsic that I can't even explain it, but I don't have to lie about it. I can proudly say, she found me when I was lost. Hell, we were lost together. She has wiped tons of tears from my face. She can always tell when I need a hand to hold, and she is not hesitant to offer hers. Also, I have waxed her vagina. And if you need a conclusion to come to, I think the Beatles said it best. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends.
I'm not always the sky, and you're not always the moon. My best days are days when I'm not thinking of all the shit you put me through. My worst days are when I'm with you. I used to think it was normal for you to have the last say, but say it, don't spray it, leaving a mess for me to clean up. Because I've got to confess, when they told me boys are mean because it means they've got a crush on you, I didn't expect bruises to make that true. But when I look into your baby blues, I realize I'm not always the sky, and you're not always the moon. You know, the word daddy, it clings to me like sweat-stained, perfume-reeking sheets. You know, my dad used to spank me too, but when I was 2, that was necessary, not meant to leave me black and blue. Vodka has tasted sweeter than any of your kisses, and zero-gravity love has me questioning if I'm not always the sky, and you're not always the moon. If this is some unholy war I'm fighting, I'm ready to fight you.
So this is actually an unintentionally collaborative poem. I live in a community house where we have 2 foster boys. And with those foster boys came an intern named Elgin, who's become the other half of my heart and body and everything, and nothing I own is mine solely, including my soul. But anyways, she takes care of these boys mostly. She's primary caretaker, and she lives every moment for them. And she wrote this poem because these foster boys came out of a horrible situation, and they're transforming into actual children. So, Schoolhouse Rocks. They started on the monkey bars and landed on the pavement. Swung high in the air and landed in the basement. With Tropicana cannabis, Capri Sun crack, flipping back stove at the sandwich back snack. Ring pop, grape, Coca-Cola, cocaine, mac and cheese, methamphetamine. These kids are too old and these kids are too young to be this bold, to be up on that run. His thoughts aren't ideas and hoes aren't tools. Bowls aren't for cereal, papers aren't for crayons. Mary Jane isn't your girl next door or Spider-Man's crush anymore. Chips aren't in hopscotch. Cartoons aren't the only things they watch. And when the street light comes on, it doesn't stop. His kids need a parent. Mom can't work enough to pay rent. Dad got spent. And hell, we don't know where childhood went.
The day the world came crashing down. For most, 9/11. For me, July 5th, 1999, the day I was born. You see, I was born into a household of divorce, raised by my mother. She did the best that she could, but I still fucked up. Figuring out the hormones in my brains and my veins, my body was never a temple, but a well, filling up with water. So many unworthy souls drank from my fountain of youth, fixing themselves and growing stronger while I died a little inside. But the one thing I could not figure out was how the more people that drank, the more I drowned, drowning in tears and years of never being good enough. Diagnosed at 13 with depression, diagnosed again at 16 with anxiety. My suitcases keep spinning at the baggage claim because nobody wants them, not even me. I have smuggled live bombs into this airport, searching for someone that can cut my wires, disarm my paranoia. But everything seems to explode around me. The flames are the only thing that kiss me for very long. Where is my fireman? Even when I thought I'd found him, he was trapped on my 100th floor, trying to find a way out, a suicide jump to the streets below. I am American Airlines Flight 11, And at 2:45 a.m. on July 5th, 1999, I crashed into the world.
Coca-Cola, breed love. All I want is to be loved. Is that so much to ask? A chance, a second glance, a warm embrace, a friendly hug. They love me not. I see them look upon the light ones, their eyes of ice, their hair of gold. Their beauty attracts you like flies to sugar. You love them. But when you look upon me, and when your eyes meet mine, you turn away, ashamed, pained that God can create something so disgraceful. You love me not. My parents show no love. Daddy's a drunk. Mommy's never home. I'm just another mouth to feed. They love me not. I watch my mother care for the girl she nannies, diamonds sparkling in her eyes, and she loves her far more than I. I am no breed to love. And so she unraveled, piece by piece, seam by seam, a neglected babe, a forgotten breed, an empty seed. How can I possibly love myself when I am lost in a dream, immune to reality? But I can dream of a new beginning, a horizon attainable it seems, and all eyes, blue, brown, green, gray, would love me for what I am, not who I want to be or who I will be. They will love me. Weeks went by, then seasons. A bitter, cold reminder that her ugliness was the winter, the burden, the barren crop, the dying seed. Late at night, she smelled his booze, and her hands trembled as she touched the stove. She heard him stumbling across the kitchen floor. He came up from behind, split her open, piece by piece, seam by seam, innocence and purity untethered, and the petals fell to the floor. He loves me not. It hurt, but there was comfort in that foreign pain. He loves me not. And somehow she knew with this, all eyes, blue, gray, green, would look upon her, accept her for who she is and who she was going to be, what grew inside her. Daddy loves me. Mommy loves me. I love me. They love me. And the marigolds would flourish.
My mother once told me the right people will understand. So when I read you my poems, I expected you to look into my eyes as if you saw your first sunrise. My mother once told me to stand up straighter. No boy will ever fall for a girl with soft shoulders, but I never felt more weight on my shoulders than when I stood tall next to you. My mother once told me she loved me even when I said I hated her. I wish you would have done the same. But I've held faith in too many worn-out Bibles for this hymn to go on any longer. Sunday school love taught me the greatest lesson of all, and you are not my favorite verse anymore. I am collapsed in the middle of the road. My heart is a drunk driver steering off course. I think I've realized why I stopped praying a long time ago. I wasn't the one worth saving.
Healing is a city of opportunities. Not only do we have 6 colleges, but we have a K-12 education system that's first in the state. We set our children up for success. Many young people leave Wheeling for college, for jobs, for a pursued dream. But there's the universally known phenomenon that many of them come back. What we seem to ignore is a riddle that can only be solved by those who have seen it firsthand. I left Wheeling, but I never physically left. What if? A name on the list of souls that have gone too soon. Being a member of Wheeling Park High School, the deaths of those 18 and under are being overlooked. Not old enough to purchase a nicotine killer, but old enough to kill themselves with something quicker and more effective. There have been a few that did not take their own life, but the teenage suicide rate in this city is forgotten and neglected. People that I pass in the hospital white walls are ending up in hospitals instead of going home to the warmth of a family. They are stone cold in funeral homes. Lexi Coppa, Timmy Whalen, Maya Wheeler, Randy Shappett, Noah Hercules, and my 3.5 years of attending, all of them have come and gone. Because of a cruel society that doesn't do enough, I am not here today to preach to you about actions to take or monumental movements to join. But I simply want to honor my classmates by making a few more people aware of their struggles. They lived in a city of opportunity that killed them.
So rather than a poem, I have a story. You can call it prose if you want. So I was on my way to work the other day, thought I'd get some coffee, so I hopped my white privilege mobile, and I'm on my way, grab some organic local Starbucks, keep it simple. And I'm driving down the road, and I pull off 70, and I'm at the intersection, the intersection where, what is that, there's Perkins is on your left, and Kroger's is on your right, and driving, looking at our stoplight. And I remember the article, that wonderful article that the Intelligencer released not long ago, titled, How to Handle Your Wheeling Panhandler. Now you see, I'm looking out for these human leeches, infested beings, human trash, human parasites, obnoxious creeps, unscrupulous characters, and miscreants. And I'm trying to find them, I can't see them anywhere. So I keep pulling up, still not here. So I guess it just didn't work for me. I didn't see him. But there was this guy at the end of the road. He was holding a sign or whatever, and he just kind of looked at me about. Testimonials.
My mother once told me the right people will understand.
They love me not.
Tropicana cannabis, recycled crack, different dock soap, with the sandwich bag snack. Bowls aren't for cereal, papers aren't for crayons.
They love me not.
You intoxicate me beyond consciousness.
When I first learned about love at first sight, I picked up a pair of binoculars because the distance between us was a century.
So many miles from you, running in the opposite direction.
But at least it was something.
I'm not always the sky, and you're not always the moon.
I just get drunk, constantly on the thought of you.
Your eyes scream big city.
Let's make progress. Step back from the gospel for a second.
Prayer means nothing if it comes from a false prophet.
And so she unraveled, piece by piece, scene by scene.
Head swimming with a mixed drink of 1 part broken promises, 2 parts panic attack.
I think I've realized why I stopped praying a long time ago. I've held faith in too many worn-out Bibles for this hymn to go on any longer.
but there was comfort in that foreign pain.
Keyword.